Good morning, everyone. So, we all are here for the social science class. I welcome you all. Today, we are about to begin our next chapter. This is our next chapter, that is chapter 5, the Southern Plateau. In this chapter, we will be reading about one of the physical division of India, that is the Southern Plateau. But before starting up with the explanation part, let's take a quick revision about the physical divisions of India. As you can see, the India is divided into the northern mountains, the northern plains, the Great Indian Desert, the Deccan Plateau, the coastal plains, and the islands. These all are the physical divisions of India, among which the whole India is divided. As you can see that this is the Deccan Plateau. All the areas which covers in it are resembled over there. You can see that the Deccan Plateau or the Southern Plateau is triangular in shape. As we are starting with the chapter, so let's read about that what is a plateau. A plateau is a raised stretch of land that is flat at the top. It resembles a tabletop, hence it is also known as a tableland. So students, if you see a plateau, you will come to know that it is a part of land that is a raised stretch. Okay, it is flat at the top and it looks like a tabletop, and that's why it is known as tableland. Let me show you. As you can see, this is exactly the plateau look like. It is a raised stretch of land, the uneven kind of land that is raised from the upward, and it looks like a tabletop. That's why it is called a tableland. Okay. Now, as you can see that the Southern Plateau is triangular in shape. So if you are looking in the book, you can see that it is triangular in shape and lies to the south of Narmada. As you can see in the map, here is the Narmada, and to the south of that the Southern Plateau locates. Students, you can see that the Southern Plateau is broader in the north and it's narrower in the south. So as you can see in the map, from the northern portion it is broader, and where it comes to the southern part it is narrower. And the states which lie in this region are Gujarat, Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, and the eastern parts of Kerala and Odisha. So what you have to do, you have to keep in mind all these states very nicely. Okay. Now, the southern plateau lies to the south of the northern plains and extends up to Kanyakumari, the southernmost tip of India. The southern plateau is surrounded by hills. To the northwest of the plateau lies the Aravali Hills, Vindhya, Satpura range. The Rajmahal Hills are to the northeast. The Western Ghats are in the west. The Eastern Ghats lie in the east. The Nilgiri and the Cardamom Hills are towards the south. So let me explain you this along with the map. As you can see in the map, the southern plateau lies to the south of northern plains. Okay, below the northern plains, the southern plateau starts and it extends up to Kanyakumari. Okay, that is the southernmost tip of India. The southern plateau is surrounded by hills. There are many of the hills you can see. Okay, they are the Aravali Hills, then the Vindhya and the Satpura ranges. The Rajmahal Hills are to the northeast. The Western Ghats are in the west and the Eastern Ghats are in the east. The Nilgiri and the Cardamom Hills lies towards the south. So let me show you. As you can see downward, these are the Nilgiri Hills and the Cardamom Hills which lie in the south. So students, this is all about the location and the extension of the southern plateau. Now we will be reading about the rivers which flows in the southern plateau and what are its nature. There are the four rivers which flow continuously in the southern plateau or the Deccan plateau. These rivers are Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri. Students, the rivers of this region are seasonal. They are not very big and they are dependent upon the rainfall. Okay, if there will be less rain, then there will be dryness in the rivers. Okay, and if they will get a good amount of rains, then the rivers will flow very smoothly. In the northern plains, rivers are large, or you can say larger, as their source lies in the glaciers and snow-covered mountains. So you have read earlier also that in the northern plains, the rivers are formed through the glaciers and the snow-covered mountains. The continuously water flowing from the glaciers, they form the rivers very smoothly. Then during the poor monsoon, the rivers may even dry up in the southern plateau. And sometimes due to the, I told you, like when there will be less rains, when there are less rains, the rivers dry up. And the rivers in this plateau flow with great speed and even form waterfalls. So in the southern plateau you will find that the rivers flows at very good speed and they forms the waterfalls. And like one of the waterfall which is the largest waterfall, or you can say which is the highest waterfall in India, is the Jog Falls, that is in Karnataka. So you may find many of the waterfalls over there, but the Jog Falls is the highest one. Okay. Now, Narmada divides the huge plateau region into two parts: Central Highlands in the north and the Deccan Plateau in the south. So students, that's all for today. Today we'll cover till here only, and the remaining part will continue in the next class.